and welcome to another edition of Wrestling POV Podcast. I am your host, Tony Diaz, along with Mimi Goody.
Mimi Goody, hola.
Along with the Italian Matthew McConaughey himself, Rick Serrano III.
All right. Hey, people.
And straight out of Mexico, our intern, Miguel Cole.
Hello, how's everybody doing?
All right, before we get into the news and before we get into TLC and Raw and Smackdown and blah, blah, blah and everything else, we have an announcement, and congratulations are in order for our very own Rick Serrano III. He is the new correspondent for Wrestling News Source. You can check it out on Facebook, but his home is here, right on Wrestling POV.
Woo!
So he is the Smackdown correspondent for Smackdown, correspondent for Wrestling News Source on Facebook, and you can go and check it out. You can see his stories there. Or, you can still stay listening to us.
Yeah, like I'm gonna say, like for the Wrestling News Source, what I'm doing basically is I am writing SmackDown live. So if you can't watch SmackDown live and you gotta look at your phone, I'm writing down everything that's happening as it's happening, people. So if you want an opinion, you listen to us here on Wrestling POV Podcast, and if you want to know the news right away, then you can go to Wrestling News Source and look at my article right there.
There you go. So now you got all the information that you need. More than, you get a lot of info here, but you can always check it out, Wrestling News Source, and you can watch and listen or read. Read. Hello. You can
Lady.
Hello. You can see all that on Wrestling News Source, and you can look up his articles, and then always go back to Wrestling POV. So, but before, again, you guys heard me last week talk about my friend, Chris Jericho, okay? How he, had to give us a sign, okay? And he did. He did it right on Raw. I played it for you. You heard it here second, okay? Now, I got another friend of mine, JBL. I don't know if you know him.
JBL?
John.
Wow.
Okay? Former world champion. He is the SmackDown commentator. I went and I had a conversation with him, too. I said, Leif, because I call him Leif.
Oh, okay.
And I said, if, same thing. I said, why don't you come on the show, man? Do something. Well, I can't. I'm under contract. And if we're under contract, we simply cannot be on somebody else's podcast. I said, all right. I said, can you give us a sign or something? Like touch the nose or something on TV? He goes, you know what? Watch SmackDown, or actually, no, watch TLC. And I'll give you guys a special shout out. I said, get out of here, really? He goes, yeah, just watch for the keyword. I said, okay. And here's what he said.
You're a Harvard-trained lawyer. You would know. I certainly don't think preposterous to name it. Stranger things have happened.
He said the key word.
So he said the key word, which was preposterous.
Preposterous.
Preposterous. So, that was his way of giving Wrestling POV a shout out, and he's my friend too now.
That's preposterous.
He is my friend now. So if you got a problem with JBL, you got a problem with me.
Ooh.
Sorry. That's not funny. All right, so now let's get on to the wrestling news from around the world. Take it away, Rick.
All right, before we do that, let's go over some birthdays.
Yahoo!
All right, our very own Adrian Street, the exotic one, turned 76 years young.
Wow, happy birthday,
Happy birthday.
Adrian.
Did you see the pictures he posted on Facebook?
Oh, my God, yes, I did.
Jesus, man. He puts Kevin Owens to shame.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, did you see the pictures, Mimi? Oh, my God, he is jacked. He's got no stomach, no waistline, And when he's sitting there posing and stuff, I was like, my goodness.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my goodness.
I was like,
child, Adrian. Oh, my goodness, Adrian Stray.
Oh, my goodness.
But either way, happy birthday, Mr. Street. You got to come back on the show. Talk about the movie. All right, what else you got?
All right, next up we got Enzo Amore. How you doing?
Yeah,
How
got
you
beat
doing?
up.
30 years old.
Really? 30.
Yep.
You know, between him and Kaz, I thought they were a lot younger, like in their 20, 26. Well, wait a minute. How old is Carmella? How old is she again? Didn't she recently had a birthday? No?
Yeah, you got me looking back at notes now and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, I think he's Carmelo's like late 20s.
Is she? Okay.
But
Excuse me.
wow,
That's a Sprite.
That wasn't a hill.
JBL, not JBL. Enzo looks dirty.
Right. Oh, well, happy birthday.
Not dirty. 30.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my bad.
Bird dirty. Enzo's dirty.
He's dirty.
Well, happy birthday, Enzo.
Speaking of looking dirty, Dean Ambrose turns 31.
Really? Jeez, just a year
Yeah.
older. Wow.
You know-
okay. I thought he was older, to be honest. I thought 36ish, maybe.
You know, if my daughter hears you saying that Dean Ambrose is dirty, she'll kick your butt.
Listen, you got to be like Kurt Hawkins and face the facts.
Oh, my God. Jesus. He's got to be relevant first.
Well, I had my secretary here do some work, and Carmella is 29 years old.
Ah, okay. All right. So, yeah, she's up there. Up there
All
in
right,
age.
well, speaking of dirty, this is a little extra dirty. Sonny turns 44 years old.
Jesus. Wow.
Sunny.
Yeah.
Extra dirty Sunny. That's so wrong. All right. And right at so many levels, but okay.
Mhm. Yep.
Next up, we have Michael Cole turns 48 years old. Oh my goodness! It's my birthday! Oh my god! Not you, Miguel! Michael Cole! Oh, yeah! I think that's my brother! Yeah, happy birthday, bro!
Yeah, he sounded excited. Jesus.
Is it your twin brother?
Okay, Mimi, I think you need to stop.
Jesus. He's mad.
Alright, so let's just keep the peace.
Yeah, let's
Michael
keep the
Cole turns 48 years old. Does he look 48? I think he was a little older,
I
right?
thought he was younger.
I thought he was younger too.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I thought he was younger.
I thought he was like in his 30s.
Yeah. I thought he was, yeah.
I thought he was dirty.
I didn't think he was that old.
Wow.
That's older than me, man.
Well, this next guy, our last birthday of the week, is the same age. He also turned 48. He is Rick Serrano III's winner of Rick Serrano III's fantasy bracket, Kurt Angle.
You gotta speak up.
Wow. All right. Well, happy birthday, Kurt Angle. He's still wrestling too, right?
Yes.
Good for him.
First of all, a little more excitement, Tony.
Happy birthday, Kurt!
I know this isn't Roman Reigns, but we got a little more excitement.
That's true.
He won the Olympics with a broken freaking neck.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
All right, fine. Let's get into the wrestling news from around the world. All right, Xavier Woods is going to be a daddy. His wife is pregnant and is expecting a boy in May.
Yeah, I saw that. You said his wife, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, because he recently just got married, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, he did.
Like over the summer or something
In the
like
summer,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that's
So he
that's
got
good
to
for him.
work.
Yep. And yeah, because they were all talking about it one day about how what's his name? Kofi Kingston's the only one with kids.
Yep.
So now he's on the bandwagon. So there you go, Papa.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
WWE has offered a main roster multi-year contract to Mickie James. She has accepted, and she will be on SmackDown Live starting January.
So she is. Oh, you just took away my rumor, but go ahead. Well, because at the time they didn't know because basically it was still up in the air because she lives in Florida and she has kids now. So they weren't sure where she would be either, because the WWE offered her a contract to go on the main roster, not on NXT. And they were thinking, well, she's probably going to try to negotiate something to where, she could be closer to home, So that's shocking to hear. When did this happen?
This happened today.
Oh, all right. So, yeah, because I heard the rumor started yesterday.
Well, your rumor needs to face the facts because it's happening. And she said she wants to actually tour around. And that's
really?
Her decision. She wants to do it.
Uh-uh. Huh.
I mean, if you had kids, don't you want to run around?
Oh, that's so wrong.
All right, next up we have the Elimination Chamber is returning February 12th and will be a SmackDown Live pay-per-view. So I'm guessing somebody from SmackDown will not be winning the Royal Rumble.
No, probably not. Yeah. If they're doing the Elimination Chamber, yeah, that's a good analogy. Wait, when's the pay-per-view? In February?
February 12th, the first one after Royal Rumble.
Oh wow! So that means then they got to be if WrestleMania is in March, right? So that means they would have to. Oh, it isn't. All right, so that goes my thing.
All right, up next we have Naomi is upset about being left off of the Total Divas poster for season 2. Alicia Fox is on the poster, and she's not even in the season.
She's not?
No.
Really? That's hysterical.
And Naomi is also upset because she's the only woman wrestler without a story.
Yeah, that's true. Well, they just put Alicia Fox in the story, but that's yeah.
Well, nothing for nothing, but
I can see her
Natalie's been out of a story for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and she's been upset too, and everybody tell her to suck it up, Buttercup. Well, same thing goes for.
Oh my goodness!
Mm-hmm.
Jeez, a little animosity there. Mm-hmm.
No, I'm just saying. If one has to suck it up, they all have to suck it up.
That's true. She's right.
All right. Yeah. It's time for the glow to go.
No, I didn't say all that. Now.
But I was sitting here thinking you was gonna say gorgeous ladies of wrestling. All right, Rick. What else you got?
Donald Trump appoints Linda McMahon as a Small Business Administration.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my lord! You knew a McMahon had to be appointed something.
Yeah. Oh man, it's just getting crazier and crazier out here. Linda McMahon. She's in the politics.
Yeah.
She's always been in politics.
She's always been in politics.
Yeah, but now it's the real deal. Like you were in Connecticut and now you're the country.
Yep.
Oh, the country. Yes.
It's true. That is true.
All right, and my last bit of news: Jerry the King Lawler and Lita have been removed from all pre-shows. Now, if they get rid of Booker T, they'll have a solid pre-show.
Wow, you like that idea? Huh?
Yes, I do.
Well, it kind of gives them a chance to bring up somebody else. Maybe somebody from Wrestling POV can jump in and. Well, speaking, that's a good segue though, because rumor has it is that what the WWE is doing, because they got rid of those guys, they wanted to bring in different talent in to get a different point of view on the specific pay-per-view. So, for instance, TLC, which is just passed, they should have had somebody like I want to say the Hardys, because they were heavily involved with the TLC matches back in the day. But Edge and Christian, there's another group. The Dudleys could have been a guest.
Well, didn't they say there was rumors a couple of weeks ago that the Hardys were trying to get the Hardy Boys into?
Speaking of rumors, they did offer the WWE did offer Matt Hardy contract, but not Jeff. Now they're still negotiating because they want Jeff to come in because they want to do the whole Brother Nero thing and Broken Matt Hardy and this and that. I think that'll take over in WWE if they're able to bring them two guys in. And it'll be a funny storyline. I don't know where they would go with it, but it would be funny nonetheless. No. I mean, it was fun, amazing. But I think the WWE will take it over the top. I really do. Speaking of contracts, the Ric Flair signed a new contract with the WWE. He initially he wasn't even supposed to appear when Sasha won the belt. He wasn't even supposed to be there, but they changed it around and they said, you know what, we could run a storyline with it, as you saw what happened last Monday on Raw. So he's on a part-time contract. So I think he's going to be doing the storyline with Charlotte. So we'll see where they go with it. We'll see where they go. So that's all the rumors I have. Let's go straight into the injuries. What do you have?
All right. Unfortunately, I have 3 injury updates. So here we go. First one: AJ Styles injured his right ankle at TLC. But it's considered to be a minor injury, and as you saw in Smackdown, he was walking around with a walking boot, but they said it's not serious at all.
That's good.
Yes. Sawyer Fulton of the group Sanity from NXT had a shoulder injury. The severity is unknown, but it's serious enough that he was kicked out of Sanity and was replaced.
Really? By who?
Yeah. Doma?
Who?
Doma.
Doma arigato, Mr. Roboto. Doma arigato, Mr. Roboto. That was awful.
That was very awful.
But it was funny, though.
Yeah,
Alrighty, then.
Doma's Insanity now.
Hey, Doma's Insanity. There we go.
And our last bit of news from the injury report: Finn Balor targets WrestleMania as his return date. He says the sling is off and he is in rehab 6 hours a day, every day of the week.
That's good. That's good news. Good news. Hopefully he'll be part of a storyline that will lead into WrestleMania. But at the same time, I hope that they don't ruin it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Lately, the WWE's been ruining a lot of the surprises. It's like, why don't you just shut up and let it happen?
Ooh, he said shut up.
Exactly what I just said. Shoot. So.
With that being said, we're going to take a pause for the cause, and when we come back, we're going to do the fantasy bracket round 2.
Oh.
My name is Gary the Milkman Millman, and I'm not leaving this ring until you watch Wrestling POV podcast. Now let's do this.
It is now time for the fantasy bracket round number 2.
Geez, couldn't wait, huh? All right, so go ahead. Second round.
All right.
Who do we have?
The first matchup we have Umaga versus Sid Vicious.
That is it. What was that? Jesus. That's a good matchup. But you know what? I don't think it's a matchup I would have wanted to see. I don't know why. I don't ask me why. But if I had to choose between the two who would win, I still would go with Umaga. I would go with Umaga. Mimi, who would you go with?
I would go with Sid Vicious.
Really? Mm-hmm. All right, Rick, you're the tiebreaker.
You know, this is a tough one.
Umaga or Sid Vicious?
They're two different monsters, man. It's tough.
That's true.
I would have to go with. Oh man, we're gonna get some crap for this one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going with Sid.
What? Really?
Yes, I just think Sid would want to powerbomb the hell out of Umaga.
Mm-hmm. That's true. He's got to get him up first.
That's true too.
I think he can do it. I think he can
probably
do it.
Probably could, but you got to remember, Umaga was a big boy.
He was really big.
A big boy. So, all right, what next matchup?
All right, we got The Rock versus Kenny Omega.
Wow, very two similar personalities, I would have to say. Experience definitely goes with The Rock. What is in style, I would say, or what's hot would be Kenny Omega. Kenny reminds me a little bit of a Shawn Michaels, personality-wise, DX time.
Yeah.
But I have to go with The Rock. He would outdo you. You can try to outdo him, but he would get you back, and he would get you back and then some. So my pick is The Rock.
All right, and you know what? I'm going to have to agree. Unfortunately, Kenny Omega, hey, at least you made the bracket.
That's true.
So-
That is true. So you're going with The Rock.
I'm going with The Rock all day, yes.
All right. Next matchup.
We have Cesaro versus the Ultimate Warrior.
All right, Mimi Goody.
Of course. Do you smell that the Ultimate Warrior is gonna win?
You had me all sorts of confused.
You have me so confused.
Time out. Hold up. Wait a minute.
Nah, Ultimate Warrior, of course.
Strike 3. You're out.
All right, Rick, who you going with?
Cesaro. I mean, I love the Ultimate Warrior. Cesaro's moveset is a lot bigger than the Ultimate Warrior's.
True. He hasn't won a championship either.
He's a United States champion. I'm going. And he was a tag team champion. I'm going with Cesaro.
Really?
Ooh.
Ouch.
That's because you said something
Yeah.
negative.
All right. I guess on the tiebreaker, I see your point. I really do. He does have more of a moveset than the Ultimate Warrior, but the Ultimate Warrior is the Ultimate Warrior. You know, I mean, he grabbed his strength from the gods above, and I can't do his impression, but it was I can do that. Sounds like me sleeping. Yeah, I have to go with the Ultimate Warrior. I mean, are you kidding me? We cannot pick Cesaro over the Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah.
They'll probably ban the
Mr. Rick,
show.
what were you thinking?
They probably would ban the show. All right, next.
All right, this is two icons here. The eighth wonder of the world, Andre the Giant versus the Stinger.
Oh my God, man, that is a tough one. Andre versus Sting. You know what? I'm gonna go with an upset here, and I'm gonna go with the Stinger.
What?
Yeah, I think the Stinger would get a little bit of an advantage, and I think he would just, I'm serious. I'm going with Sting. Sorry. Rick, go ahead.
Wow. First of all, do we understand what we're supposed to do? We're supposed to pick the people we think are going to win.
Yes.
Second of all, we picked Andre over The Undertaker. I didn't pick
True.
Undertaker. I picked The Undertaker. You guys picked Andre. So there's no way that Andre's going to lose to Sting. No. Andre the Giant.
Andre over the Sting? All right. Mimi Goody.
I agree with Rick. Andre the Giant.
All right, Andre. So you fans listening to the show right now, and you look at the bracket, just remember, I did pick Sting. All right, next matchup.
We got Brother Nero, Jeff Hardy versus our good friend Jer.
All right.
Was it
You take
JBL?
No. Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho versus Jeff Hardy.
Ooh.
Who would you pick?
That one's a little bit tricky because
Yeah.
they're both eclectic in each of their own different way.
You used a big word I did not understand.
Wow.
No, I know what it meant.
I know you did.
No, I didn't. I really
My
didn't.
dictionary.
Get the dictionary quick.
I think
All right.
that
This is a tough one.
I know. What is it? Sparkle Crotch.
Chris Jericho.
Chris Jericho.
Our friend Chris Jericho.
Sparkle Crotch.
All
it
right,
is.
Sparkle Trot. I can't even. Jesus. I'm done.
That's it. Goodbye. Bye, girl. Or is it
bye.
girl, bye.
Oh, my God.
Strike 3. You're out.
Yeah, strike 3 on that. All right, so Rick, who you picking?
I mean, this is
Mr.
a
Goat
tough matchup.
himself or Jeff Hardy?
This is a tough matchup. I mean,
Does anybody know what GOAT means, by the way?
Greatest of all time?
There we go. All right. Just in case if somebody didn't know.
I mean, come on. I mean, people call me the GOAT of the show all the time.
An actual GOAT.
Yeah.
Mad. He was mad.
That's so bad. All right.
Okay.
I have to go with Chris Jericho. I'm sorry, Jeff Hardy.
He's our friend.
He made the bracket.
At least he made the bracket. And he's our friend. He's our friend.
Yes.
Sparkle Crotch.
Sparkle Crotch is our friend. All right, next matchup.
We have the phenomenal AJ Styles versus the Edge.
Edge. All right. Now, I got a confession to make, and this might be the headliner. Okay. I've watched wrestling a very long time. Okay. And I've had many favorites in my time of watching wrestling. I never could have picked just one person. If anybody ever asked me and said, hey, Tone, who is your favorite wrestler of all time? I could never really give an answer of just one particular person. It was always a handful. For the past year, I think I finally found my favorite wrestler of all time, and I'm going to start buying the gear too. And you know who that is?
Mm-hmm.
The phenomenal one,
AJ
AJ. Let me tell you something. And by the way, he's my pick to advance. I'm telling you, I've never seen a character like AJ Styles. He is everything wrestling. He can wrestle. Look what he's doing to James Ellsworth. A nobody. A guy that weighs 110 pounds soaking wet of caca. Okay? And look at what he's done. It wasn't Dean Ambrose. It was him. The phenomenal one. AJ Styles. He's the one that did that. Who else could be able to do that? Seriously. And not only that. And, I made the mistake. I said a year he's captured 3 belts. It was 3 years that he has captured the TNA, the New Japan, and the WWE championship. You know what I'm saying? The guy, I'm telling you, pun the name, but he is phenomenal. And right now, he is my favorite wrestler of all time.
And he's on fire. You can't, come on. His promos are off the hook. Whether he's a baby face or a heel, he can do it all. I'm sorry. He can do it all. I'm telling you, he's going to hold on to that championship till WrestleMania. And I think he'll even win it at WrestleMania. Is that a prediction?
That is my prediction. That is my prediction. And I'm telling you, you heard it here first. That is a confession now that he is my favorite wrestler.
Tony has a favorite wrestler.
He is my favorite wrestler, AJ Styles. So AJ Styles advances. Excuse me.
After all that,
it was a Sprite. I'm sorry. So, wait, who was he fighting against? Edge? That's how much I forgot. All right, so Mimi, who you pick? Edge or AJ Styles?
You know who I'm going to pick.
No, I don't.
I'm going to pick AJ Styles.
There we go. AJ Styles
because
advances.
Skeletor is not going to advance.
Skeletor, really? He looks like Skeletor?
Yeah.
She's trying to tell you got to eat more, Edge. Wait, let's say that real fast. Eat more, Edge. Eat more, Edge.
Anyway, moving on.
All right, we have the Nature Boy. Woo! Ric Flair versus Rusev Masya.
Ooh. Take it away, Rick.
Oh, man. All right. The way I look at it, Rusev reminds me of a lot like Vader. So Vader and Ric Flair had a lot of big matchups. They have the same body type, him and Rusev. Ric Flair would whoop the hell out of Vader. So, with that being said, I'm going with the Nate.
All right. Mimi Goody. The Nature Boy, Ric Flair. Woo!
I love Ric Flair.
Oh, Rusev.
But I have to say, Rusev is going to crush Ric Flair.
Aren't you Puerto Rican?
Wow, that sounds like Lana. You got Lana in your
I thought Lana was in my house. Oh, hell yeah, y'all. Oh, I got all happies. Hercules.
I say Rusev.
You say Rusev, really? Okay, so now this is how I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it as a wrestling perspective. I think Rusev is still, pardon the pun, but I still think he's wet behind the ears still. I think right now Ric Flair will wrestle circles around him.
Really?
Yeah, I think there's still more to Rusev that we haven't seen.
But who says that he hasn't been able to showcase it?
He has. No. I think he has.
I don't think he has.
I just think he needs to be in there more with not just John Cena. I think he needed to be in there with more veterans so that way he can showcase what he can really do. I still think, like I said, I still think he's wet behind the ears. I think there's a lot more to Rusev, and I just think Ric Flair will walk circles around him. So my pick is Ric Flair. You can't go wrong. So Ric Flair advances. Next matchup.
All right, our next and last matchup of the fantasy bracket round 2. The Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels versus The Game, Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Really? Seen that matchup so many times. I'm going to have to go with The Game, Triple H. Yeah.
Wow. First of all, I don't even want to pick these two because I really can't stand either of them. But if I had to choose, you know what, internet people? You know what? I don't care what you say. You know what it is? Because I don't like them. I don't have to like them. But I do respect one more than the other. And that person is the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels.
Oh, ew. Really? Ew.
I think I'm cute. I know I'm sexy. You guys did a little strut?
Yeah, oh no.
Sexy boy, sexy boy.
Yeah, you strutting too much.
Boy
Oh my.
You know who I'm picking?
Who you picking?
Shawn Michaels.
I love you.
I love you, Shawn.
Oh,
Mwah.
Jesus. Oh, a little whip there. All right, that's enough of Shawn Michaels.
All right, so that's the end of round 2 of the fantasy bracket. And once again, if you disagree with any of our picks, then what you need to do is get on Facebook, get 5 of your friends to like the WPOV Facebook page, and put, for example, hashtag WPOV Triple H. If you want Triple H back in, if you want Sting back in, Rusev, Cesaro, Kenny Omega, Edge, Jeff Hardy, Umaga, put the hashtag WPOV and that wrestler's name with 5 likes from your friends on the Wrestling POV podcast Facebook page.
And if your friends already like our page, all they have to do is put on the hashtags.
That's it. To support your vote. To support your vote.
Support your vote.
So if so like what Mimi Goody just said, if they already like the page, all they got to do is just support the vote and say yes, I agree with blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Or so and so. So, but my thing is, I want everybody to put Umaga back in this bracket. He needs to be back in this bracket.
Hey, if they didn't put Bret Hart back in, Umaga ain't getting it.
Exactly.
All right. All right, so let's get right into TLC. You have the card, Rick?
Yes, I do. All right, the first matchup was Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton, the new Wyatt family, versus Rhino and Heath Slater for the tag titles.
I wasn't too hot on the match, but I really wanted to see Bray Wyatt win. And they did.
Yep.
So new tag team champions for SmackDown is Rhino, is Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt. And they also are gonna do the Freebird rules with them. So
that's what I was about to say. Yeah. So Luke Harper is also a tag team
Luke Harper
champion.
is also. I love what they did in the end. How they gave him the belts to hold, and they did their little dramatic pose. I hope they hold on to the titles a while. Yeah, when Randy Orton does that pose.
I love that. I don't like Randy Orton, but I love his pose.
Arrogance.
Yeah,
that's his arrogance right there. Yeah,
I love his pose.
Yeah, he's sniffing his armpits.
Yeah.
Like, do I smell good? Nope. Put him down. Oh my. But yeah, like I said, I'm just happy that Bray won. Finally won the titles. So all right, next matchup.
Next we have Nikki Bella versus Carmella in a no DQ match, but with the count out.
That was just dumb. That was I could honestly, I didn't care too much about that match. I really
Me
didn't.
neither.
I mean, I thought honestly, I thought Carmella was going to win, but
But Nikki won, and I called it.
You did you?
I did
You
call
did?
it.
You did? I didn't know.
Because you and Rick picked Carmella,
Yeah, scoop neck. She did us wrong.
the Necka.
But yeah, I really thought that but I don't know. I guess there's a whole new storyline now because she was saying that Natty is the one that attacked her in the back and it wasn't her. So
I'm just glad that the storyline finished.
it might. I don't know. After what happened on SmackDown.
I'm hoping it's done.
After what happened on SmackDown. So go ahead, Rick. What was the next one?
All right, next we had Dolph Ziggler versus The Miz in the Intercontinental title ladder match. I mean, for me, this match was outside of the ring for too long.
It was a little bit outside of the ring too long. I think they were trying to compare it way too much to Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon. I'm sorry to say, but I don't care what you do. You're not going to compare that to Razor and Shawn Michaels ladder match, classic ladder match. You know, I'm sorry, you just can't. And it just, to me, that's the vibe that I got. I really wasn't into it. And I think maybe it was because we've been there, done that, I guess. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, the Miz ended up winning by, kicking Dolph Ziggler right in the airbags, right in the tool bag. And, yeah, he kicked him twice. And he ended up getting his belt, and that was it. So, like I said, I wasn't a fan. Wasn't a fan. So, next matchup.
Next we had Kalisto versus Baron Corbin in a chairs match. I'm going to say this right now.
Mm-hmm.
This was match of the night.
It was. And you know what? I agree with you. I really like this match, especially because as much of an attitude Baron Corbin has, you can't blame him. That's a good attitude to have, though. He wants to be on top. He wants to, he wants to be the main player of the game. Nothing wrong with having an attitude like that. But when you're going up against somebody that's in stature of a Kalisto, and you let him do some of the I tip my hat off to you. That means you at least respect the business enough to throw a good show. Because sometimes there's people with that kind of attitude that won't have a good match at all, and you can tell, you can see it. With Baron Corbin, he did have a really good match with Kalisto, and honestly, I know Kalisto called a lot of that match. While I was watching, I was like, he's calling a majority of this match. So I tip my hat off to Kalisto too. So very good match.
And one spot I have to call out is the deep six off the suicide dive outside the ring.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god! And then all the welts on Kalisto's back from these chair shots.
Yeah.
And then of course he goes for a Frankensteiner Hurricanrana. He turns it into an end of days on the chairs.
That was nasty. That end of days move, I love that move.
It's so good.
But don't fall asleep on Baron Corbin. I'm telling you, he's gonna wear gold by next year.
Hopefully.
I'm pretty sure.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. So, all right, next matchup.
Next, we had Alexa Bliss versus Becky Lynch for the women's title in the tables match.
You know what? I hated this match.
I did too.
Yes,
I hated it. I hated the way it ended. I don't know. Maybe it's because I don't like Alexa Bliss. To be honest, I don't. There's something about her.
She's not like
She's cute.
She's cute, but that's about it. You know what I mean? For me, it's like, how can you do that to Becky?
But to me, there's nothing.
She's
that
more of
stands
a
out.
wrestler than Alexa Bliss could ever dream of being.
Yeah, but all right, let's put it this way. You look at Becky Lynch, she can kick some ass. You look at Nikki Bella. Yeah, she, a little glamorous, but she can kick some ass. You look at Nia Jax, she's going to beat you up. Charlotte Flair, even I'll go as far as Sasha Banks, who's, a little prim and proper.
You know what?
But you know what? She can kick some butt.
I would even go as far as Bayley.
Well, I mean,
you know what I mean? And you can tell, even though she's a little hugger, she's still. I mean, what do you think, Rick? You know what I mean?
There's just something about Alexa Bliss that I look at her and I'm like, there's something's not there. To me, there's something not there.
All right. Let's get down to this. All right, you guys said Becky Lynch can kick some ass. All right, Becky Lynch definitely can kick some ass. But then, I mean, Alexa Bliss, she deserves to be champion. She's actually one of the better women wrestlers in the company today.
No.
And let me just say, you said Nikki Bella can kick some ass. No, she can show some ass. You said Nia Jax can kick some ass. No, she got a big old ass. Then you said
Jesus
about Bayley.
Christ.
Bayley can hug an ass. That's about it. Alexa Bliss is the real deal. She deserves to be champion. I did not like this match, but she definitely deserved to win. I like that she won.
I don't think she does. I just
She's
don't.
a good heel.
Well, that's his POV. That's your POV and my POV.
And we're gonna argue about this all
night long. But okay,
No.
that's why I asked Rick Rollins' opinion because he was way too quiet.
I don't think that
Yes.
she's a heel. Period. I mean, she has some good comeback lines, but that's about it. It's just something about her that's, to me, I look at her, I'm like, nah. If she went away for a month, I wouldn't notice. I really wouldn't.
Wicked Witch.
Yeah, the Wicked Witch. All right, so new champion, Alexa Bliss. Next matchup.
All right, and then we have Dean Ambrose versus AJ Styles in the WWE title TLC match.
Who predicted that? Looks like I did.
I think we all agreed on it.
We all agreed with you.
You agreed with me. I predicted that.
But
so.
we all agreed, so we all predicted it.
It was a good match. It really was. And it's like I said, you can tell an AJ Styles match comparing to somebody else. Like if somebody else called the match with AJ Styles, you can see the difference between that and if AJ Styles called the match. This match was really good, man. I liked it. I dug it. Of course, James Ellsworth had to butt his nose in, and I don't know what the hell he was thinking. But it wasn't really a heel turn. It wasn't really a heel turn. He just, I don't know. It's a dumb angle, to be honest. It really is. Winner either way was AJ Styles. So,
But the loser was AJ Styles' pants because he had a big old hole.
He had a big old hole, yeah. I didn't even notice it, to be honest, until he pointed it out on Smackdown.
Yeah.
So, all right, so that is your TLC. What do you guys think of it? It wasn't that bad.
Overall, it was pretty good. It was
bad.
better than what we've been seeing as of recently.
Yes.
Yeah, but there was a lot of things that it could have been better. You know, like the tag team match. Even though I wanted, Bray to win, and he did, but that could have been done a lot better, in my opinion.
Yep.
The whole thing with, like I said, one of my biggest issues with Alexa winning the belt is that she won it by putting somebody through a table. You know what I'm saying? I think that should have been a little bit different. Other than that, I mean, it was okay. It was okay. It wasn't that bad. I'm not gonna knock it too much, but again, it wasn't that bad. So that is your TLC. So now let's go straight on to Raw, shall we?
Yes.
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 This was a weird opening for Seth Rollins. How he came out. He finally calls out Triple H. He went on a little story behind it, and I'm thinking, all right, different angle, different storyline. It's about time. No, he squashed it real quick, and then he calls out Kevin Owens. So I don't get it. I don't.
He realized, wait a second, if I challenge Triple H, I won't be in a title match.
Exactly. That's what I think what happens. So Kevin Owens comes out, and he said he spoke with Stephanie and made a match between Jericho and Roman Reigns for the U.S. title later on tonight, or later on Raw. Then Kevin Owens said that Jericho will have a match against Seth Rollins at Roadblock. So, hey, look at that. He ain't going to be in the main event. Shocking. Oh, wait, Roman is. Jesus. But he also made the match that Seth Rollins was going to face The Big Show. Shocking to see The Big Show come back, slim down to about 395, I think, or something like that, or 390. Looks good. Big Show looks good. So the match, after the break, it was the Big Show versus Seth Rollins. It wasn't that bad of a match. I dug it. I haven't seen Big Show in a while, so I think that's why. Seth was won by countout. The Big Show got really pissed off at Kevin Owens because he just kept barking orders, and the Big Show ended up choke slamming him from the outside in, and then Seth looks at him and he gives him pedigree in the ring.
This was the fastest Big Show turn in the history of Big Show turns.
Exactly. Well, Big Show admits it too. He goes, "I got more turns than NASCARs," so it's true. So that goes that. Then the cruiserweights, it was Daivari versus Jack Gallagher. I'm losing faith in the whole cruiserweight division. I really am. This Jack Gallagher fellow, I heard a lot of bad things about him.
All right, can I just say this then? Let me just tell you this. They had the same exact match on 205 Live last week.
Oh, really?
The things that he did at 205 Live, he didn't do. He's a magician in the ring. The things he does, like reversing, getting out of submissions, he didn't show on Raw. He did that all on 205 Live.
Well, from what I heard was that the match that he had at 205 Live was a little disrespectful to the guys he was wrestling. He was wrestling Daivari at that match? Yeah. It was somebody said that, like, I didn't see the match. I might have to go back and watch it. But, to me, when I heard it, I was like, yeah, that's a little disrespectful. Like, he had somebody in the hold. He had him in a hold, and then he was fixing his mustache or fixing his hair or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little disrespectful. And I think that's the reason why they brought him into the main roster, to show him, like, hey, chill out with that, because that's a little bit it's annoying. You know what I'm saying? And as a wrestler, that's. I'm sorry, if my opponent was doing something like that, I'd definitely break out and punch him right in the face, and be like, "Yo, what are you doing? That's something you don't do." So I think
we can agree on this right here. I think the wrestlers are being a little bit too sensitive.
No.
From a fan's point of view, I think it's hilarious. I think it's great because it's something we don't see. A guy
that is true.
He's not this physical strong guy. He's not that big strong guy, but he is doing moves to these guys, and it's making it look easy to just get out of these moves.
The thing of it is, he's going to end up getting hurt. That's the thing. He's going to end up getting hurt. There's going to be a wrestler out there that's not going to, you do that to Stone Cold Steve Austin, watch what he's going to do to you. He will break.
That's why he's on 205 and not fighting these big guys.
He was still on Raw.
He's still not fighting these big guys.
Don't matter. He's going to get knocked out. But to Tajiri, shoot. Do that to Tajiri. Watch what he does to you. Shoot. So, anyway, there was a backstage segment with Rusev and Lana. They were arguing about something. I have no idea. And then, of course, Enzo wanted to put his nose in it. And Big Cass was trying to tell him not to. He kept deciding, and he ends up butting in anyway. Lana invites him to Enzo to go to her hotel room. And, I don't know, I guess to drink coffee? Play poker, maybe? Oh. So that was later on.
That one you get, Mimi. That one you get.
Yeah, she did. So that was later on in the show.
I was mad at the whole scene.
I don't know how I feel about it. All right, well, let's just get right into it.
We'll get to that one.
So, yeah, might as well. They show them back at the hotel. Enzo, actually, Big Cass was supposed to have a match against Rusev. He never showed, and then Big Cass kind of, oh my God, I finally got it. Then he asked for somebody's cell phone to call him. Enzo ignored the call. He saw that he called. He just ignored it. They go in the hotel room, and then they go in they do the little thing, I guess. And then Rusev was there. It was a setup. And Rusev ended up kicking the crap out of Enzo.
Right. I mean, and my thing is, they're saying it's supposed to be a PG era. Yeah, I'm sorry, but that's not PG.
Yeah, but look at the time that they did that. It was at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
Around that time,
All right.
seriously,
All right.
that's why they did it.
All right, I give you that much. But it was still disrespectful that she's a married woman and he was actually thinking about doing, even though she was setting him up, but he went there and she's still a married woman. He should have said nope and left it alone.
Now, the thing that bothered me was, like, he was saying no. He was saying no.
As he was putting his pants down.
No, but he was saying it was a bad idea to be there. Then all of a sudden, Lana starts, like, taking off. Like, I didn't like that. Like, I can only imagine. I don't think Lana was going for this. This is something that Vince or somebody came up with, and they said, listen, you got to do this. How uncomfortable Rusev must have been to see this going on. I know you can see Enzo was uncomfortable, even with the joking and everything. You can see it in his eyes that he was uncomfortable with the situation. This was not a good segment. It was a long segment. The commentators didn't even talk about it when they came back from it. That's how off the wall this was. Now, listen, if that was my wife, me and Endo are fighting. For real. You want to talk about sensitive? Tony, the guy was twirling his mustache. How about he was twirling her breastises? How about that? What would you have done if that was the case for you?
Now, I'm going to put it to you this way, okay? If they actually did something, then I would have a problem with it. But they didn't, okay? They didn't do anything. They did the little innuendos, but that was it. Nothing further than that.
Hair.
And yeah, but I mean, nothing. It was nothing. It was all a setup, and that was basically the bottom line. It was basically a setup. That's all it was. Was it a little uncomfortable? Was it a little bit weird? Yeah, I'll agree on that part. But nothing happened. I think I would have been, like I said, if they actually did do something, and that was the angle that they went with, where Lana and Enzo did end up, bing bing. But that's the only thing I can think of. Then I probably would have a problem with it. But it was just a setup from the beginning that I knew it was. I knew there was nothing because the thing of it is, it happened too quick. Okay, if you remember back when they did that with Dolph Ziggler, it was long. It wasn't dragged out, but they told the story leading up to that. You understand? It happened all within 5 minutes.
No, I understand that, but it's still disrespecting the whole marriage thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, it's like
going
ahead and rubbing somebody else's chest because my boss told me to.
I understand, but I'm going to tell you this. If Rusev really was against it, they wouldn't have done it. I'll tell you that much. If he wasn't against it, he wouldn't have allowed it. He would have, that's a little bit too much. Let's try something else. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's on them. That's their call. If they were comfortable doing that, then, who are we to say that, it's not right? You know what I'm saying?
I guess, but I don't know. I think they were put in an awkward position.
I don't think they were.
Exactly.
And I think they just agreed just because it wasn't so risque.
Yeah.
But I think they were put in an awkward position. Go ahead, Rick.
Also, I agree with you because he doesn't have any other story going right now. So to make money, you got to be on the TV.
Exactly.
So he was just like, fine. As long as you don't maska her, then.
I love it. That's gonna be our new thing. Is maska. I agree with that. Okay. So, moving on.
All right. So, but and again too, we've always complained about the WWE being too PG. And then
but you can't go from Partridge Family to the porno family.
Yeah,
exactly.
But at the same time, you got to look at the time frame when they did it. If they did it at the 8:00 hour, I'd be like, yo, that's a little too early for that. Kids are still up, man. They got the
kids are in the crowd.
Yeah, kids are in the crowd. Kids are
I agree. I agree with
it was
the
all
time,
about the time frame too.
The time frame, because I stayed up late to watch it, and I never stay up late.
I know you don't. All right, so the next matchup, it was Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens. I thought we were done with this. Didn't they say a while back that that was the last
The
match?
final chapter.
The final chapter.
Yeah.
But needless to say, they did throw a good match. I
course.
really
They
enjoyed
always
it.
do.
They always do. And the winner ended up being Kevin Owens. So now we go back to the cruiserweights. Rich Swann versus T.J. Perkins. Rich Swann won. Excuse me. And then after that, it was Bayley versus Alicia Fox. Bayley won due to, I guess, earlier in the day, something about Alicia Fox got mad at Bayley because of something that had to do with Cedric the Entertainer. Then it was Mark Henry versus Titus O'Neil in a 2-second match. Mark Henry won. Now, let me ask you guys a question, and I wrote this as a side note, too. So, we're not making Darren Young great again?
No, he failed.
What happened?
He failed.
I guess he did.
He failed miserably.
We're making Titus a fool.
Yeah. The whole Titus O'Neil brand. Oh, my goodness. So, all right. So then, now it was Roman Reigns versus Chris Jericho. And
Before that,
what?
Before that, we have Emelina is coming back next week on
yeah.
Raw. She's
Finally.
making her debut.
Finally. Now, she's coming back from an injury, right?
Yes, she
Yeah.
had back surgery.
Oh, that's right. That long, huh? For back surgery? Unreal. I can't wait to see her. I'm happy. So,
We had Matt Novak. You got me saying Novak. Novak.
got him.
Matt Novak, our listener, our POV person out in England.
England?
Yes,
He's from England?
he was,
He's UK.
Yeah.
Okay.
The UK. He asked us a question saying, "What do we think about Emma changing her character? Like, does she need to change her character, even though because she was doing it for a little time?"
What, the whole with the sunglasses and the jeans and
Yeah.
stuff like that? Is that what she's coming back as?
No, well, it looks like she's coming back as a supermodel.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, I mean, I like the new attitude. I don't like the new character per se. Is that we're trying to make this into women's wrestling, not divas. I mean, she is gorgeous, but we're not going back to. I'm not going back to that diva era. I'm just saying. Stop it, Miguel.
No, I mean, if she's gonna come back like how she was before with the whole sunglasses as a heel,
Yes.
I'm all for it. But like you said, I thought we were all done with the whole, diva
Sexual
look and
diva
sexual
thing.
things.
These are women wrestlers.
I like Emma how she was right before she got injured.
Mm-hmm.
So if she came back like that, I'm all for it. But then again, she could be coming back as like a supermodel, but a little stuck up ish. So
Right.
we got to see where it goes.
Exactly. So I just have to wait and see.
Yeah,
where
we
it
have to
goes.
definitely wait and see. I think it'll be a good. I think it'll be a good thing. I think.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Rick, what do you think?
I prefer her as what she had with the sunglasses. I don't know.
So do I.
I mean, let's give it a shot. I mean, let's see what she can do. I mean, she obviously can work in the ring.
Yeah.
She definitely can be a heel. So I don't know how this Emelina thing is gonna work. Just give it a try. Let's see what she can do with it. Because to be honest, the women's division right now on Raw is slacking.
It is.
yeah.
It is.
To get somebody new, it's a breath of fresh air. So
Yes.
And
I'm
not only that, you gotta remember. I think Charlotte is carrying that women's division, in my opinion.
She is.
I really do. So then it's Roman versus Chris Jericho for the U.S. title. The winner was Roman. The match was okay. It wasn't that bad. Then we go for the club versus Cesaro and Sheamus, and this is for the number one contender again for the New Day Championship. I call it the New Day Championship. You hear that? But it ended up in a no contest. So actually, it ended up being that for next week it's going to be a triple threat for the tag team titles. And I love how they kind of announced that. They said that the New Day doesn't necessarily have to be pinned in order to lose the championship. So I wonder if they're going to go and try to do that angle so that way it can justify New Day really not losing it. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, I see that.
But you know what? I hope so. Anything to get them titles off of them.
But one thing I noticed, Sheamus and Cesaro again with their entrance. I thought they were past this.
I thought they were
cool
too.
now.
Yeah, after what happened last week, I thought so too. I'm like, geez, man. Geez Louise. So, so then now we go into the Charlotte promo. I'm telling you, you guys heard me confess about my new favorite wrestler is AJ Styles. But my all-time female wrestler is Charlotte. Let me tell you something. She rocked that promo.
She did.
Okay?
She did.
She rocked that promo.
She sure did.
She is so good. She slapped her own father.
I know. I know.
You heard that expression, so good you smack your own mama? It was so good she smacked her own father.
That chicken was so good, it was smack your mama.
She calls in Ric Flair. She apologizes. She did the whole thing, and then all of a sudden, whack, smacks her. Smacks him right in the, oh my God, it was brutal. And then she just goes on with the promo. Sasha comes down. She beats the crap out of her. You know? Beats the crap out of her. I'm telling you, I love that segment. I don't know if that's a segment I would have closed Raw with, but it was a good segment nonetheless. She's just a really good promo. She knows how to work that crowd. I hope they never turn her babyface. Keep her heel for the rest of her career. You know, she is that good. A lot of wrestlers can learn from her.
Yes.
Keep her as a heel.
Yes.
My opinion. Keep her as a heel.
One thing she needs to learn to do is brush her bottom row of teeth.
Jesus,
damn,
Rick! My
The top row
God!
of teeth is whiter than the White House, but the bottom row is a whole different shade of a horse of a different color.
Jeez, man.
But listen, honestly, let me tell you something. I am sick of Sasha and Charlotte. I'm done. Now that you're going to have an Iron Man match, first of all, it's not an Iron Man match because it's only 30 minutes, but fine, that's what you wanted to call it.
That's what they
An
want.
Iron Man match. I'm over it. I am done. You said this was the final chapter 2 weeks ago, and now you're going back on your word again.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's, come on, man. Final chapters mean nothing anymore?
Yeah, I don't think it does. But if you heard what Mimi Goody said, the women's division is really not going anywhere right now. Nothing's
Because you
really
keep pushing
happening.
Charlotte and Sasha. Stop pushing. Put Bailey. Put Nia Jax. Put Alicia Fox. Put Summer Rae. Somebody.
No, not Summer Rae.
JoJo.
Not Summer Rae,
Somebody.
please. No, not Summer Rae. Or Eva Marie. No.
Oh, hell no.
I'm just sick of it. You know, SmackDown, at least you got multiple stories going on with different women.
Mm-hmm.
But come on. The same two women cannot. This is preposterous.
Oh, the key word.
Papa.
All right, it's time now for Rich Serrano III's Wrestling Joke of the Week. Take it away.
Welcome back to Rick Serrano's Wrestling Joke of the Week. Today's joke is, why is Jay Resso not an atheist?
Why?
He's Christian.
I think Mimi got that
I
one.
got it.
All right. Hey.
Well, if you have a wrestling joke, send it on in to our Facebook page at Wrestling POV, or our Twitter at Wrestling POV, or our Instagram at Wrestling POV1 using the hashtag WPOV jokes. People, also January 12th, 2017, check out Livewire Championship Wrestling, the new era, down in Tennessee. Get yourself some barbecue, check out Elvis's house, and watch some great indie wrestling for $10. Livewire Championship Wrestling, the new era. Now, it is now time for the Smackdown
Breakdown. All right.
So SmackDown opens up with AJ Styles going to the ring for a promo wearing a walking boot. AJ talks about a blessing and a travesty and shows the rip in his pants from TLC. Not his walking boot. He says he's not medically cleared to fight James Ellsworth for the title match that James Ellsworth wanted.
But either way, I think he would have still beat him with a boot on.
Oh, of course. James Ellsworth interrupts. He comes out and he believes that Daniel Bryan is protecting AJ, that he is ducking him, and that he will beat AJ for the 4th time and become champion.
Yeah.
And then Dean Ambrose comes out, walks to the ring. Ellsworth tries to shake his hand, and he gets dirty deeded.
That was funny.
That
though.
was funny.
It was hilarious. Then we had
hilarious.
the new Wyatt family versus Heath Slater and Rhino for a rematch for the WWE Tag Team titles. This was way shorter than the TLC match, which is hard to believe. But I like the Sister Abigail into an RKO.
I do too. But I think the reason why they did it so fast and gave them their rematch so quick is just to get them out the picture. You know what I'm saying? I think just to separate them, because honestly, their momentum was gone. You know what I'm saying? Heath Slater and Rhino.
Oh, yeah.
That whole thing, it just came and went real quick. So I think that's why they did that so fast and ended the match so quickly.
Right.
To give somebody else a shot at it. So
Totally agree. Kalisto's backstage in an interview. He says he feels like he's been in a car wreck after his chairs match at TLC. And he says, remember the saying, speed kills. Yes, people, don't do drugs.
yeah, so this is a Dutch oven. I did that to myself the other day.
Oh my God.
Exactly.
We had Carmella versus Natalya, but before that, Carmella grabs a mic and says how Natalya was bragging about attacking Nikki Bella, that Nikki's stealing Natalya's spotlight, and she calls Natalya a deceiving con artist. Now, listen, you just had this whole 2 months, 3 months thing with Nikki Bella, and now it's a little weird that she's like not sticking up for her, but kind of is sticking up for her.
Yeah, I don't.
But that's how women do. You know, I can hate you, but when it's wrong, it's wrong. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be like, no. Wait a second. I'm gonna kick your butt, but you know what? The other one, I'm getting blamed for somebody else's dirty deeds. No. They ain't happening.
You have got to be kidding.
Yeah, exactly.
What?
Exactly.
Well,
Oh my God, you win.
this match doesn't even get underway as Natalya just starts attacking Carmella. Carmella runs away. Natalya runs after her, and they go backstage, and she tells Nikki Bella, who was there, that I didn't do it.
Yeah.
It wasn't me. And Nikki Bella just turns and walks away.
Yeah.
Okay, Nikki. All right.
I didn't get that.
All right.
Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Amen. Then we had Baron Corbin backstage saying that Kalisto's a little mosquito, and when they land on a big guy like him, they go splat.
Ain't that the truth?
Then we had the Ascension versus the Hype Bros. And the Ascension, oh my God, they were talking about how darkness is spreading through the tag team division, that they love it that the Wyatts are tag team champs. They got this cool music, they got this cool makeup, and they lose to the Hype Bros.
You know,
That's what I'm saying. Like,
when that whole thing happened, I thought, I said, all right, cool. They're gonna give the Ascension a little push. I love Connor's his makeup. Victor's makeup is good. I just wish he did the whole face. But you know what I'm saying? Creepy, very, very creepy and dark. And when they cut that promo, I automatically thought of the Ministry. Remember?
Yes.
I thought maybe they were gonna start aligning themselves with the Wyatts and da. Would have been a badass group. But what happened? They lose to the Hype Bros.
WTF.
Yep.
What? The French toast.
The French toast. You took the words right out of my mouth.
Exactly.
You would have gave me 2 seconds, I would have said it myself.
Zachary.
Well, your favorite guy, The Miz, had Miz TV
just
with Dean
ruined it.
Ambrose. And this was annoying because Daniel Bryan comes out and gives Dean Ambrose an Intercontinental Championship match.
After losing for the heavyweight title, yeah, I'm going to give you an Intercontinental shot. Why not?
WTF.
Yeah, I tell you what, the Frankfurters.
Oh man.
Oh my God.
Then we had Kalisto versus Baron Corbin rematch. This was a really good match. It was short.
Yeah.
And actually, I made a mistake earlier. Baron Corbin did the end of days on the chairs at TLC, but this is the one
Yeah,
where he reversed the Hurricane Run into the end of days. OMG.
Yeah.
Or WTF.
Yeah. Hey.
What the French fries?
Fireman.
What the
French fries?
It was French fries. What was the other one?
Fireman.
Oh, what the fireman? Oh, oh my.
Really?
Oh. Yeah.
What the football? All right. So Baron Corbin, hopefully now it's time to get some momentum.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll
Hopefully. Chad Gable versus Tyler Breeze. I mean,
that made no sense.
Breezango gave him a fashion ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chad Gable wins.
Yeah.
Alexa Bliss's championship celebration.
Mm-hmm.
She stands tall up on top, has the belt, the pyro goes off, ding dong, the witch is champ. All right, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Becky says she wants her rematch now. Alexa takes off her jacket and slides out the ring and leaves holding the title high. Girlfriend, you ain't getting your title shot. Whatever you want is on my terms.
Mm-hmm.
I told you to shut up.
Yeah.
And then we had the main event, Dean Ambrose versus The Miz for the Intercontinental title. Predictable ending, but a great match. I thought it was one of the best matches I've seen The Miz have.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty good. And this guy, Maurice, was being distracting, causing Dean Ambrose some grief. So James Ellsworth comes out without his chin, and he's yelling at Maurice, and he tries to explain to the refs that, hey, she's cheating. And then The Miz hits a skull-crushing finale on Dean Ambrose and picks up the win.
Yeah.
So, Dean Ambrose loses again, and that is the end of SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
So it is now time for Raw versus SmackDown. Raw is down 9-10. What do you think?
Mimi, go ahead. Which one you think had the advantage this week? Raw or SmackDown?
I liked them both, really. I stayed up and watched both of them.
Mm-hmm.
I am still on the fence, but I know I have to pick one. Can I pick both?
No.
Okay. I'm trying, you know.
Behave.
I'm going to give it to Raw this week.
Raw this week, really? All right, go ahead, Rick.
Oh, well, since I am a correspondent for SmackDown. No, but if Raw was better, I would have gave it to Raw. But I think SmackDown, I like the matches a lot more. I thought the Miz and Dean stole the show. I thought Baron Corbin Kalisto was a good match. And I just like seeing Bray Wyatt with a title, so I'm giving it to SmackDown.
That's true, and I agree with you. My thing is, I think would have, to me, in my opinion, would have brought SmackDown over the top. And I know it's far-fetched, but, you know, if AJ Styles would have had a match or got involved somehow instead of in the opening act. But, you know, I get it. You know, he twisted his ankle a little bit, so he was hurting. But I think that would have drove SmackDown over the top. Raw did a lot of storylines. I liked where they were going with it. And,
God bless you.
So you're allergic to BS.
I was allergic to BS, yes. Yes, that's what happened.
What the Folgers?
Oh, man. She said, what the Froggers. But, no, I like the storylines that they're creating now, and it's just starting to make sense. I like where they're going with it, especially with Kevin Owens and Jericho, how they were arguing still. You know, the match between Seth and Big Show. It was a good Raw, and it was also a good SmackDown. They were both really good on its own, but I think the edge went to Raw. Why? Charlotte's promo just knocked it out of the park. It was such a good story without it even being full contact, so to speak, because Charlotte told a story in that last segment. So my vote is Raw. So
all right, so Raw now has 10. after 20 weeks, we are tied 10-10.
10 to
on Raw
10.
versus SmackDown.
Raw versus, that's right. So that's good. Yeah, we still got what, about a few more months, right?
Yes, sir.
Wow. All righty. All right, so let's bring in Miguel Cole.
Mr. Tony.
I wasn't done. Miguel Cole. All right, what do you got?
Okay, so I have a new episode of Squared Circle News. It's on YouTube. Check it out. Wrestling POV Podcast. Listen, like I said, we don't just talk about NXT. We don't just talk about 205 Live. We talk about Ring of Honor. We talk about TNA. We talk about New Japan Pro Wrestling. We even talk about Lucha Underground. Oh my goodness, there's so much going on. Sexy Star. Oh my goodness, she's gonna get a title opportunity against Johnny Mundo in a steel cage. Oh my goodness, Cody Rhodes for Ring of Honor. You have to find out what happened. Watch this show. It's on YouTube. Squared Circle News, Wrestling POV Podcast page. Check it out.
Nerd alert!
That's because we cover everything. We cover everything.
Everything.
All right, good stuff. Good episode. Next week, we will have round 3 of the fantasy bracket. Don't forget, if there is something you want to change, look at the bracket. Rick Serrano III does post it on our Facebook page. He posted it on Twitter, and he posted it on Instagram. You guys have the power to change anything on there, but the catch is you do need 5 people to support your vote, and we can change it. And then next week's episode, hey, it's going to be different. It can be different. Word to herd. All right, so just stay tuned for next week. That is the show for today. I am your host, Tony Diaz, along with
Mimi Goody.
and the third wheel,
Rick Serrano III.
and our intern.
Miguel Cole. Adios.
Love, peace, and hair grease. We will see you next week.
Good night, everybody.
What the flim flam?
What was that? Flim flam. You should. Oh yeah, that's right. With the whole WTF thing. That went over my head.
He had a Mimi moment.
Thanks, guys.